Rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The chairman of this occasion, I don't know who is he, but I wish to continue and maintain the existing protocol. Our esteemed invited guest, my colleague staff, my student, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is a great pleasure for me, and on behalf of the management of this university, to have seen the inauguration of the newly nominated ESCO of Zamfara State Students Association and this very chapter. Because of time constraint, because you are supposed to commence this activity by 2 o'clock, I want to welcome those who are here, especially our invited guests. You are welcome to Federal University Gusau, our students who are here to witness this great occasion. We also welcome you, and we hope and pray that this gathering will yield positive results. The lectures to be presented here by our colleague will also be of useful, because I can see the title of the lecture. So without further ado, I hope the deliberations to be carried out here will be fruitful to all of us. If there is anything that I will say, maybe I will say it later. On behalf of myself, the Student Affairs Division, the Vice Chancellor, in case the DBC arrives, he assumes the position of Vice Chancellor automatically. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Communicate. Graduate. Say. Bossa. Thank you very much, the student from the behind. It is also in the agenda that before even the commencement of this program, there should be an Aluta anthem, and it was omitted from the agenda. So it is my pleasure to invite Samaila Espola to lead us on that. Samaila, please, because that is going to be a kind of energizer for the students here. Because the morale seems to be very, very low. It is already past 3 now.
Of the greatest Nigerian student, the overconscious Nigerian student, Aluta Amten, after count of 1, 2, 3. Aluta continua, aluta continua, aluta, 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 Victoria Asata, Victoria Asata, Victoria, 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 education must be free, education must be free, education, Nigeria must unite, Nigeria must unite, education must be free, education, Zamfara must succeed, Zamfara must progress, Zamfara, Fugus must succeed, Fugus must
refugee.
Bogus!
Bosa.
Bogus!
Bosa. Waga.
Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah. I'm the chairman of the occasion. All other protocols duly and respectively observed. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As the master of the ceremony already introduced, I'm standing here before you today to present a lecture titled The Roles of Students in Promoting Morality in Our Society. As the Dean of Students Affairs rightly mentioned, we are far behind schedule because the program is supposed to commence by 2 p.m. So in order not to waste much of our time, all my presentation is going to be in summary, inshallah. As the title goes, role of students in promoting morality in our society. The choice of the topic, I believe, is very timely due to the fact that the condition of our present society, the social problems, economic problems, religious problems, and all other things are all as a result of the neglect of our moral values. So I believe, inshallah, what we are going to present here, if being put into use, will significantly improve all the sectors of our society. So, let me begin by quoting the words of a Nigerian philosopher in respect of Dr. Hussein Imangu, who said, being educated is not just having knowledge and bundles of certificates, but it is about having the knowledge, thinking and acting rationally, as well as being a functional member of the society. So I believe, even going by this quotation of our great philosopher, it is clearly indicated that the essence of education is to benefit the whole society, not to benefit our individual selves. But now, if we are to be honest and truthful to ourselves, among the students that are being seated here, let's just be honest, please. Who is here just to benefit his society? Please, let me see your hands up. Let's be truthful to ourselves. If you are here for your selfish and personal reasons, or you are here to benefit the society. You see, the truth of the matter is that even the hands that were raised are very few. Majority of you are just in the university for the simple reason that you want to occupy and build mansions. Majority of you want to occupy big mansions, exotic cars, occupy so many high political offices. But the truth of the matter is that the essence of you being educated is for you to benefit the whole society, not just our own personal selves. Because don't forget that we all operate in a society. We don't exist in a vacuum. And this society is what we are all struggling to see, that we have a better society. Because without a better society, then the whole country and the whole world cannot be conducive for us. So society is first when it comes to the issue of education. But unfortunately, the problem that we used to have with most of you guys here is that once you get admission into a university or any institution of higher learning, majority of you feel that you now have a ticket of doing whatever you like without the control of any person. That is where you all start to get it wrong, because your belief is that once you pass through the primary and secondary schools, then at the university level it's a free world. You are here to live and behave the way you like. But that is not the reality. In fact, it is at this stage that you are even expected to start behaving well, because it is at this stage that all decisions and whatever act you take will definitely shape not only yourself but the society as a whole. So that is why we always see the university as a place where we need to definitely look up and guard seriously on the issues of your morality. And I believe that is why majority of you always have problem with, most especially the Dean Student Affairs is here and other security people in the university, because you feel that why should we be telling you that this is how you are supposed to dress, this is how you are supposed to barb your hair, this is what you are supposed to do, and this is what you are not supposed to do, because you feel that you are now free, you are independent, you are grown up, so you should be allowed to behave the way you like. But that is not how it's supposed to be. So that is why morality is very important. And that is why even during your convocation, you will be hearing when the Vice Chancellor will be awarding degrees to you, he will be saying that he will be awarding degree in character and learning. That is to say, even if you are maintaining a first class, if you are not good in character, the university and the Vice Chancellor in particular has the powers not to award you with a degree, because you are here not only to sit in the classroom and pass your exams. No, you also need to pass through the university. You need to be morally upright. So that is why the degrees that have been awarded to you are degrees in character and learning, just to underscore the importance of morality in our society. So, in a nutshell, education without morality is just a recipe to anarchy and a dangerous society. It's very obvious. We have so many people that are educated, but instead of them to use their certificates and education in a positive way, they end up using it in a negative way. They are educated, but because of the absence of morality, they become a disaster to their families and the society in general. That is why we now have people that are educated being engaged into Yahoo activities. Some of them are hacking bank accounts. Some of them are in so many acts that are against the teachings and norms of our society and religion at large. So that is why I said education without morality is just a recipe to disaster. And that is the major reason why we are bedeviled with so many societal problems now. Because morality is the bedrock of societal development, being it educationally, socially, religiously, and any other sector that you may think of. So morality is first. Morality without education is as good as we are not being educated. So let's begin with the concept of morality. What do we mean by morality itself? When we say morality, this refers to what societies sanction as right and applicable. When we say society, consider this as right and applicable. So that is why you can see the understanding of morality may mean different things to different societies and different environments. What may be considered as moral in the northern part of Nigeria may be considered to be immoral in the southern or eastern part of Nigeria. So also, what may be considered there to be upright may be considered to be on the other side here. So this is a short definition of what morality is all about. So now as students, how do you promote morality in the society? Since we said it is the role of the students to be promoting morality in the society. The first role of students is self-determination. When we say self-determination here, students must realize the importance of the relationship between individuals and society. As I said previously, education or morality is attached to education and the society at large. Whatever we are doing here, we are doing it for the sake of the society. People or entities that are indifferent to right and wrong are considered as immoral, while those who do evil acts are considered immoral. So as I said, self-determination. Students must realize the importance of relationship between individual and society. Man belongs to a society, and students are an important and integral part of the society. So you cannot isolate the society and people, because people live in the society. So definitely whatever we do as students we need to put the interest of our society first. You are being educated, as I said earlier, just to benefit the society, not our individual selves. Then again, as a student, you need to express positive behaviors that are trained not just to learn concepts in their daily life. Students are therefore obliged to live a decent life worthy of emulation by other members of the society. Such behaviors include humanity, integrity, respect, justice, equity, fairness, and decency, among others. So now what we are trying to say here is that it is the duty of the students to portray and express positive behaviors in the society. Positive behaviors in what sense? By being truthful, by being law-abiding, and by supporting one another in the society. But unfortunately now, the reverse is the case. Instead of students expressing positive behaviors now, most or majority of the students in the society are now behaving in a negative way, in such a way that we still have people in our society in this 21st century that still have the belief that Western education is nothing but promotion of immorality, indecency, and the rest. And this has to do with the behavior of our students, because most of our students, when they get back to the society, they still behave in a negative way. They are portraying the whole idea of Western education into a bad light. And we should not forget that our attitudes as students are the reflection of what schooling stands for. So if as a student you get back to your society and you behave in a negative way, then you are sending a wrong signal to the society that this is what you are being taught in the school. So don't forget, you are the true ambassadors of your schools and as well as your own families. First of all, you have a family name to defend, and then society is also looking up to you to behave positively. And then again, there is the issue of modesty. Students are to express a sense of modesty by lowering their gazes, conduct of all interactions in a moderate way in order to avoid deviating from the right course. And then there is issue of mentorship. How do you provide mentorship as a student? We all know that back 20-30 years, whenever students are on holiday, being it secondary or tertiary level, the students used to engage in so many community services that include provision of mentorship, provision of extra classes, as well as so many other community services to their societies, just for the society to have an impact of what the students are learning from their schools. But it's unfortunate now the reverse is the case. Whenever students are on break or on any holiday, then the society is not at ease, because there will be rise in so many criminal activities. Just like what is happening now. When us went on strike, so many parents were always curious and were tired of having their kids at home. Not because they are tired of living with them, but because the rate of crime is always increasing. So these are some of the effects of redundancy or students being kept at home. So that is why, as a student, you always need to show a positive and good example to the society by giving back to your society. Always involve yourself in so many community efforts that are towards improving and developing your society. And then there is the issue of being a good role model. Once you are a student, majority of the society are always looking up to you. Whatever you do, they consider it to be right, even if it is not right. So it's good always to be role models, and also engage yourselves in public enlightenment activities and so many other things. These are very few among the ways in which I believe students can contribute their own quota towards the development of their societies. And there are so many factors and so many other issues that you need to take into consideration, but due to time factor, I think I'm going to stop here and allow the next speaker to take over from here. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abbas. Please, a round of applause again for him for this wonderful lecture. Sir, thank you very much. Next is the inauguration.
My name is Comrade Ibrahim Halil. I'm the president of the association.
Pass it. Ify.
My name is Kavita Abdullahi Kolati. I'm the vice president of this association.
Department. Say you are department level.
From microbiology. Level 3.
My name is Belkis Abubakar Sadiq. I am in physics department and treasurer.
I am Sumaila Onladon by name. I am the cell director of this results.
Zamsa.
I'm from microbiology department. 200 level.
My name is Comrade Gusau Muhammad Bagani, 300 level student, BSc Mathematics.
My name is Kumari Jaledi, Organizing Secretary, Department of History and International Studies.
My name is Comrade Mustafa Yahya, known as Anka, from Science Education in BSc Education Mathematics, 400 level students.
My name is Umar Al-Bakar. I am the PR most one of this organization from Islamic Studies Department 300 level.
My name is Abraham Akabir Safi. I'm secretary of this association. I'm from Biological Science Department.
Of the greatest Nigeria student! Of the greatest Nigeria student! Of the greatest Nigeria student! I want to say, I want to yarn, I want to affirm, I want to reaffirm, I want to introduce. My name is Comrade Yusuf Muhammad Dosara, the financial secretary of this great association. A student from Faculty of Education, Department of Science Education. I am studying Biology Education 300 level. Thank you.
I, by name, Comrade Kadura Amir Formula, a 300 level student of this great university from the Department of Microbiology and the self-director of this great association, Zamsa.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My name is Sani Isani from Mathematics Department, Welfare Director of Egypt Union.
My name is Hamza Usman, from Public Administration Department, 300 level, Piano 2.
That's all.
Thank you very much for the self-introduction. Before taking the oath, let me acknowledge the arrival. Sorry, let me also acknowledge the arrival of the SRC School of
Rajim. Wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah bin abdullah wa ahlihi wa sahbihi wa kullu man tabi'a huda ila yawmi tagabun. Amma ba'd, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All protocol duly and accurately observed. May I start by saying that it is my personal tradition, before I administer an oath of office to anybody, I will remind myself and the subscribers a word or two words. One, we should bear in mind, this is beyond reading and living. We are taking promise between ourselves and our Creator. Whatever we read and whatever we said will be answered hereafter. Second, there are ethics of taking oath of office. One, when I said I, you will mention your name. Two, when you come to the second paragraph, line 3, When I say that as they, you will mention your position. You will be reading after me. I do solemnly swear and affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Constitution of Zamfara State Association of Federal University Gusau. That as the of Zamsa, I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of this association. That I will discharge my duties to the best of my ability, faithfully, and in accordance with the provision of Constitution of Zamsa of Federal University Gusau. That I will not allow my personal interest to influence my official conduct or decisions. That I will devote myself to the service and welfare of members of Zamfara State Student Association of Federal University Gusau. So help me God. Assalamu alaikum.
Drop a message. I want to acknowledge the effort of Zamfara President Focus 2 chapter. Give 3 fundamental American charitable proposals for our capacitated coverage that result in the revolution of Zamfara and Federal University Gusau, Zamfara State. Bossa. 3 fundamental American bossa for them, please. Bossa man.
I'm privileged to call on Madam Sirajo Ismail Boy to come onto the stage to present the certificates to the newly nominated executives. Kabiru Aminu should also come to the stage. Sani. Saidu Sani. Umar A. Junaidu. Mustafa Yahya, Yusuf Muhammad Dusara, Balkisu Sadiq, Mustafa Yahya. Where is he? Okay, Gusau, Sadiq. Where is Mustafa Yahya? Mustafa Yahya. Come. Comrade Said Usani. Before he gives the certificates, let me acknowledge the presence of Nazir Usman Damhutu, Gamjing Sabon Garin Kaura. You are most welcome. Khadija Abdullah Shinkafi should come on to stage. Abdurrahman Kabir should also follow. Sumaya Lawal Ladan also follow. Sharhabil Aliyu. Amina Ado Hamza. Amina Ado Hamza. Abdurrahman Kabir. Sumaya Lawal. Umar Abubakar should also follow. Then last, Sharhabil Aliyu. Are they present? Umar Abubakar and Sharhabil Aliyu, are they here with us? Okay. Ibrahim Aliyu. We have Amina Ado Hamza and Saeed Usani. I think they are absent. Okay. Saeed Usani? Okay. They are absent. Thank you, sir. You may go back to you.
Have you? It comes with a number of responsibilities. We have seen cases where association resulted in the expulsion of students. But when you are sincere, God will surely guide you throughout your tenure. I wish you success. We all know that NLC plays a vice chairperson of the NLC and also the acting secretary of the NLC to give the goodwill message to the nominated students. Thank you very much.
Great Nigerian students! Great Nigerian students! Are you hungry? I'm not hearing you.
I'm still Urdu, I'm sorry. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي أما بعد السلام عليكم. Please permit me to stand on the existing protocols. Students Union Government, we quite believe, and you will agree with me, is one of the most important bodies in terms of pressure groups in Nigeria. Students Union is good enough to stop the economy or whatever development a country may have. We all believe in that. Students are the backbone of every university. Without students, this place would have been just a building. The lecturers, the VC, and whosoever is here purposely because of the students. Therefore, students are very important, not only in the universities, but in the social development activities of the country. I'm humble on behalf of the Comrade Chairperson and my person here to be present here with you. And when I look at the theme of the program, it really enticed me. And I say, a person that initiated this really did very well, and may God bless him. We quite believe
morality is very important in all our activities. We quite believe that the best knowledge is the one that's best utilized, like what our holy prophet said. If you have a knowledge and you didn't utilize it positively, it's more of just, I don't even know how to qualify it. Being here does not mean you are an ordinary student. You are occupying different positions. At this juncture, it is better for me to tell you that a very good student at the teen age, because majority of the students here are teenagers, 90% are teenagers, and it is that very time the Satan used to inspire you and make you to make your attitudes devilish. Once you pass this stage and you are firmly on your character, believe me, nobody can change you. Nobody can change you. Whatever you see happening in our dear country, it is because of the ill-fated immorality imputed in our minds, our youth, our everything in the country. That is why you see there and then all these insecurity issues are being caused by the youth, those who are not opportune to be in your mix. It is an opportunity and privilege for you to be here. What your lecturers are giving you is not ordinarily. They didn't buy it in the market. They didn't buy it in the market. They deserve it. If they should tell you how they suffer to get where they are here, it's because of their selfish and good behavior that made them to be here. So this topic, I urge all of you to please. The lecturer made a very good narration. It's better for you to get a copy of it. Even me, if I can get it, I would definitely be very grateful. I implore all of you to imbibe what he told you here. To the newly elected or nominated members, you should remember the problems of Nigeria per se. Nobody will fix it for us, but rather we ourselves. A president, a governor, or whatever is just like a system. It's just like a body system, and it begins here. It begins here. So it is your good attitude that made people to choose you to lead them, not because you are better than them or whatever. God has given you this, and you should remember you'll be accounted for it in the hereafter. I therefore implore you to make use of it, to utilize it, make the good use of it to make Zamsa productive. Be a good ambassador to your parents, to your school, because what translates schools is your attitude outside. I believe you pass with a colorful results. I believe it is part of what is being given to you. You cannot graduate. They say you are graduating based on character aligning. Based on character aligning. So I implore you to be pleased, produce a positive character and represent the school wherever you are. Also at this juncture, on behalf of the Chairperson Council of Nigerian Congress, my colleague here, I implore you to please be God-fearing in discharging your duties. However, I made only one observation. I can't imagine a politics to be played in the university without Department of Political.
Thank you. That has been the goodwill message from Malam O. Comrade Ahmad Abubakar, acting NLC, thank you very much for the wonderful goodwill message. Please, a round of applause for the goodwill message. He elaborates more on the topic that Dr. Abbas.
Nigeria student. The great Nigeria student. Great Nigeria student. I want to say, I want to expatiate. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. I first of all give thanks to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the honor of the universe, who is infinite the mercy, give us the opportunity for this historical event.
On behalf of the Vice Chancellor of Federal University Gusau, Vice Chancellor Admin Federal University Gusau, Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, Registrar, Dean Student Affairs, HODs, Dean's Faculty, academic and non-academic staff, members of the high table, invited guests, the President Student Association and all Executive Orders Association, and my dear colleagues students present here today, I wish you success all your endeavor. This association has faced many challenges, which led the suspension for some times, but with the effort of made some academic and non-academic staff, including the good indigenous people of the state here today, the struggling, they make sure the banner has been uplifted. We thank you all. Part of the aims and the objectives of this association is firstly, we want to encourage the students, the present students, on the importance of the education, on that they can pass any exam such as WAEC, NEBO and JAMS without any hesitation to make their quota advantage. In this institution, this association will join hand with any present student indigent who applies seeking for admission to make sure he or she succeeds. Secondly, the association will be organized a lesson and orientation for newly president student association every year for the benefit of the association. Thirdly, the organization will struggle to provide the access to the scholarship and outside the state. Fourthly, it is organized orientation on how the present student is blessed with the solid minerals and the people knowledge. We learn to establish with the institution for who is the present indigent to study within the exist of the states. Finally, the association will stand in every present student to fight for his right. This basically, may Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala see us through the struggle and make great peace the president and Nigeria. As whole, we appreciate your presence and your go back your various destinations. God bless you all. God bless Federal University. So, God bless my students. Thank you very much.
Of our conscious Nigerian student, on behalf of my boss, a mentor, a capacity leader, Dr. A.M. Lawal Slapi, Department of Chemistry, in the name of Allah, the beneficiary, the merciful, I would like to give sincere thanks and appreciation to everyone that I find it possible here, especially the representative of DBC admin, DBC academic, also our father, our mentor, Dr. Lawal Saad, a father of students, a dean student affairs of the Federal University Gusau. I thank you so much, and I pray may Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in his infinity mercy you back to your virus destination safely. Thank you. May Almighty Allah bless you. May Almighty Allah reward you abundantly. Thank you.